Hey friends, welcome to another video. My name is Deborah and today it's Tuesday and we are going to be working on some new designs for the Honey Mustard Club. I have two stores where I sell my art. The first one is under my artist name Abracadabra, where I sell original art and fan art, and the second one is the Honey Mustard Club, where I sell original art that is geared towards people who enjoy fantasy, cozy games. The Honey Mustard Club was actually the first store I opened and I have been neglecting it a lot. The last collection I released was in 2023. I'm pretty sure it was a Christmas collection, so it's been just over a year since I last released something new. Of course, since then I've still been maintaining the store, still sending out orders. At the end of last year I did some spring cleaning. I added new listings for bundles and just, checked all the descriptions and everything. But it's been a very long time since I actually released some new art. And now it is February, but with the holidays and end of year festivities, as well as doing my first market last month and the shop update that went along with that, I haven't really been prioritizing it very well. So it's time for me to finally face that, and we are going to be making some new designs, brainstorming some stuff, and hopefully coming out with some cute product ideas. But before we get into that, I'll show you guys what I've been up to so far. I spent from Friday to Sunday morning reorganizing these two cupboards. It took so long, it took so much mental energy. I don't know why I decided to do it on Friday. On a whim, I was like, I want to just reorganize this whole thing because I hate it. I want to do a little quick tour. So here's the first wardrobe and this is all of my stock. After we did GeigerCon, I just had all of my stock in boxes and stuff still, and I hated getting them out whenever I had orders. I just tried to look for stuff. So I decided to just put them all out like this. And yes, I am using the cube grids that I got for my Artist Alley display, but I think that for my future markets I'm going to be switching to something else. Yeah, so these didn't go to waste. I ended up using these as cube storage and it is really, really good. These are the Honey Mustard Club prints that I have on this shelf as well as this shelf. You can kind of see them all on the side there. These are all my Abracadabra prints. These are all my Abracadabra stickers and they're grouped by collections. This side is the Honey Mustard Club stickers, which are also grouped by collections. I've got sticker sheets on this side and I've got all of my bookmarks here. This basket is full of kind of freebie stickers or stickers that cut really badly that I didn't want to throw away because I think I could still salvage them for something. I actually also redid my drawers. So the first one holds more products. This is kind of like the miscellaneous stuff drawer. This is miscellaneous packaging supplies that I've just been collecting. I pretty much try and reuse as much as I can. And these are the rest of my packing supplies and some extra stuff. This is all the clay stuff from my last video. This is my scrapbooking and journaling cube. And I really want to get into journaling this year, but it's been kind of difficult. So hopefully with all of this stuff being more accessible, it'll make me want to do it more and it'll just be easier to find stuff. These are some current notebooks that I'm sort of using and just kind of like scrap paper, plain paper, printer paper. This is my D&D cube. A lot of our D&D stuff is kind of on another shelf outside, but this is the rest of it here. So for my drawers, I didn't change the first two. So these are all just kind of like writing tools. The second one here, I didn't change either. It's all painting tools, all of my paints. The third one is, I don't know, miscellaneous art stuff. And this drawer is kind of empty now, but it's all of my jewelry making and beading stuff. I also want to get more into like jewelry making and stuff, so there's a lot of room here. And finally, I've got this wardrobe, which now houses my picnic baskets because I collect picnic baskets. I've got some paper up here, canvases and photo frames and stuff. Everything feels so much more neater and accessible now. I just wanted to share that with you guys because it took a really long time to reorganize everything and figure out all the spots and stuff. But after like 1.5 years of living here, I finally found a good storage system. So the story of the Honey Mustard Club is that it's set in this kind of fantasy, magical sort of world, and we are following the adventure of a protagonist who doesn't really have a name. I made a website where you can kind of choose your own adventure. At the moment there's not really a story, it's kind of just based around what I feel like drawing at the time, and it kind of splits off into different paths. But the current one I'm working on is that the protagonist comes across this town and it's filled with geese. So all the characters are going to be geese, cozy, gaming, farming, sim type of vibes. I did start brainstorming and collecting ideas at the end of last year. Please excuse the weird angle of my monitor. This is my little Pinterest board. I have pinned a lot of pictures of geese. lot of drawings of geese just to kind of get an idea of the kind of style I want to draw these geese in. I really like this specific pin. I just really love the colors and the vibe. I have a lot of pins of just how people draw geese and how they add little accessories to geese. In this one, I really like the colors and the composition of it. It's really cute. I also like how there's like little banner up here. I've got some item inspo here. So this is like a little Animal Crossing inventory tote bag, and there are similar ones here. This one's for collecting pins. I really like this map here. It's really pretty. I like how there's like this decoration around it. I have this Notion page and it's just got all of my ideas, and I made this full-on like social media calendar, but I could not keep up with it. I did it for 1 week and then it just completely dropped off. All the ideas of things that I want to design and how I want to market and promote them. I've also got another mood board here. For this one, I was really looking into like travel kind of pamphlets and tourism type of stuff. So you can see there's like a town sign here, there's like postcards and stamps and stuff, dialogue bubbles and stuff here, branding ideas, packaging ideas. And this one is more just an overall directional mood board. I think something that's been stopping me from progressing with the Honey Mustard Club is that I just don't really feel like the art style is what I want yet, and that's made it really difficult for me to draw and design things. So this mood board is just more about kind of the direction that I want my art style to go into. I just really like how colorful everything is, and it's cozy and bright. I hope that my art can look like this one day. For my product ideas, I want to do all the usual stuff I do. So I want to do some stickers, some prints, a sticker sheet, but I also want to try and do some new stuff. I want to make a tote bag, and I want to also do a shaker charm kind of keyring collection thing. I'm also thinking about making more wooden pins. I recently introduced the wooden pins to my shop Abracadeborah. Unfortunately, they didn't turn out exactly how I wanted. I wasn't able to sell any at the Artist Alley. However, when I posted them online, I got pretty good response. So I think my Artist Alley prices were just a little too high, but I want to try again. So at the start of January on the Honey Mustard Club Instagram, I actually started posting again. I started posting these like little comic strip things and these kind of video game interactions. This was before Instagram became rectangles, so it was still squares, and I made them all squares, so now they look kind of not nice. This is the first comic I posted, and it was kind of just like a transition slide. So this is the main character here, and these backgrounds are all referencing previous art that I did. I did this little location discovered kind of thing. If you play RPGs, you kind of get this kind of notification when you find a new place in a game. You can kind of see my art style is a little different here. Then I'm really happy with this, but it didn't get a lot of likes, and it's just this unnamed goose that's greeting you at the start of the town, and he gives us a little town map. I had a lot of fun with this. I really liked bending the illustrations and kind of looked like a brochure. And that was all I did for the first week. I called that chapter 1, Welcome to Town, and it's just kind of recapping all of that stuff. And that is where I left it. This is a little doodle I did of one of the potential characters in this town. He is a fruit farmer and his name is Floyd because I wanted alliteration. This is a little sticker design of Floyd the fruit farmer eating oranges. When I made this sticker initially, it didn't look like this. It didn't have the flowers and this little background, so it looked really plain, I think. I recently came back to it and decided to try and revamp a little bit. It's not exactly there yet, but I think it's getting there. And this is an illustration of the fruit farm that Floyd works at or owns, I guess. And I'm thinking about adding like a border around it. I think that would make it really cute.
All in all, there were 5 people killed in that building, including Leo Altman. The roar was getting louder.
There are 3 locations in the town of Giggleton that I want to explore. And why did I call it Giggleton? Because it's fun to say, a gaggle of geese in Giggleton. I think it's silly, and I want alliteration to be one of the features of the town. The 3 areas I want to explore / illustrate are a fruit farm, flower farm, and a farmer's market. My goal for this week was to have all of the fruit farm designs finished, but obviously looking back at this now while I'm editing, I have no idea why I thought I'd be able to finish all the designs in a week. In reality, it's taken me over a month to do all of these designs, and spoiler, I'm not even finished yet. This particular illustration though was the easiest out of all of them. But honestly, all the art pieces that I made throughout this vlog were really challenging to get through, and I have no idea if I'm happy with them or not. I think I'm going through another experimental phase with my work, which maybe makes it the worst time to create a new product collection, But I'm also in the mind that I will always be experimenting with my art style and learning new things, so there won't ever really be an optimal or good time to design new products. For as long as I've been drawing, I feel like my skills are quite mediocre, and lately I've been trying to find new processes and techniques to elevate my art a bit more. In saying all that, I am actually pretty content with how this piece turned out. It reminds me of something out of a storybook, and I like the colour palette a lot. I always feel like orange, blue and green are so nice and cozy together, and it's been a very long time since I drew a fully detailed scene with a background. Apart from Farmer Floyd and his farmhands, I wanted to add my original characters to this piece too. So our protagonist adventurer is relaxing and enjoying some OJ while everyone works, and baby hedgehog Benji is sitting on a pile of oranges. I also added him to the border since he's so tiny in the actual illustration. I think a lot of people won't notice him in the scenes unless they look really closely. Speaking of the border, drawing it was the most fun part of this vlog. It was the only thing I felt certain about, like I was able to picture it exactly in my head before drawing it, and it's always really relaxing for me when I draw these kinds of embellished borders because they're just made up of little doodles and it feels like I'm doing a colouring page. Anyway, I hope you like this cozy orange picking fruit scene. Hey friends, it is Friday today. I have about 90% completed the illustration I was working on for the last few days. So here is how it's looking. I'm really loving the border and I actually really like the illustration as well by itself. I think it had a very long ugly stage, but I just want to add some final details. And the next thing I want to design is shaker keychains. Yeah, so this is like the main keychain and there's a compartment here where all of these little pieces inside can move around. So I'm going to be working on that today. I already have an idea in my head of what I want it to be. I've decided that I like this one over here and this one over here, but I sketched them out on my iPad and this is what I've got so far. These are like sketches of the charms that I'm thinking of making to put inside them. I'm going for this design at the moment just because I like the silhouette a bit more and it has more space in the middle. It's kind of more open. So I've decided to put the little Goose character inside just to make it a little bit more interesting. He's going to be in the background, so the charms will be able to go over him. This basket bit will be the foreground, I think. And then I'm not sure about this bit yet. I like how the bow's up here, but I don't know if I want it to be in the background or if I want it to be in the foreground. This is the line art I started doing yesterday, but I don't like it. So I'm going to try and redo it today. I'm thinking of going in with colors first instead of line art and then doing the line art after. I don't usually do it that way, but I have been trying to experiment a little bit more with my art style just because I'm not really happy with it. So a week has passed, the studio is very messy, and I have recorded none of it. Yeah, I'm not a very good YouTuber. I've had a lot going on over the last week, and I haven't recorded any of it just because it hasn't really been relevant to the point of this video, which is me working on this new collection and designing some new items. I applied for 3 more markets and I got into 1 already. I set up zero. I set up 0. Up till now, I haven't really been doing any like bookkeeping or like very minimal bookkeeping that I haven't updated in a long time. It took me like a whole day and a half, I think, to set it up. I also did some research into another project that I've wanted to launch since I think like December last year. And one of the more exciting pieces of news is that I got accepted into Incubator. So Incubator is a store in Melbourne. They have 2 stores where artists can rent a space and have their wares for display and people can just go in and purchase it there. So I got accepted into their Fitzroy store. I wanted to get into their Melbourne Central store because I think that the products I have will suit that demographic more, but the wait list is apparently like over a year. I don't want to wait that long, so I might as well try and see if I can sell some products. It is going to be my first time selling my products in a retail kind of location. I'm very excited about that. It is not cheap, in my opinion. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. Since I am in Sydney, I will be doing it remotely, so I need to send over everything and just make sure that I have the packaging and stuff for it. So that's what I've been working on. I think it's a delivery, BRB. Package arrived from my partner. I'm out of breath. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been up to this past week. I feel like that is my reality at the moment. It is kind of juggling a lot of different deadlines and a lot of different projects. I think I've also just really been stuck on this project. And the thing is that it's not that I dislike making art, it's just when I make art that is not part of a collection, it's a lot easier because it's just a one-off piece. Whereas if I'm making like a whole new collection based around a specific theme, then I kind of want all the art to look like it belongs together, and I'm really struggling with that. It just feels like all the pieces that I've made so far just don't really look like they're connected. Don't feel really happy with my style. Like I feel like I haven't really refined it very much. And so every time I create a new piece of art, even if it is based around the same theme, the vibes are a little bit different. And I'm gonna just try and push through it because this video has been so long in the making. This is the latest thing that I'm working on. So this is gonna be a keychain, and these are gonna be little charms that you can put inside the keychain, and it's gonna be a shaker keychain. So this is gonna be the front of the keychain. And because the keychain is going to be like 2 layers, you're going to be able to take off the first bit of it. And the inside is just going to look like this. You'll be able to put your charms in here. And then the back of the keychain is going to look like this. I hope that makes sense. I feel like it's kind of hard to explain. I have mixed feelings about how this looks at the moment, but I think I'm just going to stick with it. The way I've drawn this basket, like with all this detail and stuff here, is completely different to how I drew this basket, which is like a lot more simplistic. This is a sketch of another artwork that I wanted to do. I wanted to do a square print, and I was also going to make a sticker sheet, which I haven't started. So yeah, there's a lot. I love drawing, but there are times where it feels very challenging for me and it becomes hard to look at my own work. I know I've expressed frustration with my lack of skills a lot in this video and past videos as well, but looking back at my old art, I can definitely see that my style is improving and evolving, even if I can't see it at the time, and it might be hard for me to remember that when I'm feeling emotional. Since I identify as an artist and my dream is to become a full-time artist, it just feels bad when I can't make the kind of art I want to. I know that I just need to persevere, and I do want to try and be more positive in these videos, but I also want to be as honest as possible about my challenges, including times when I am down. Anyway, hopefully the next video will come out sooner. In the meantime, I'd like to say thank you for watching and for all the encouragement. Honestly, it's times like these when I'm experiencing negative feelings towards my art that I try to remember all of the lovely comments and support I received from everyone. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.